Hello, I hope you're safe and well as we enter another week of lockdown. And this week, what I want us to look at is manipulating time with our cameras. Now, I've already shared my enthusiasm for freezing moments in time with our cameras and the ability to capture the decisive moment. And I've shared that in a previous video a couple of weeks ago. So if you didn't see that, just go back on the channel and have a quick look at that. If you're not subscribed yet to the channel, just hit the subscribe button so you can get notified when I bring out new videos, etc. And so what we're going to be doing with manipulating time is we're going to be looking at sequences of images and putting them together. And you all know this technique referred to as something like time-lapse photography or stop-motion photography. And maybe some of you will hear me say those words and feel a little bit intimidated or feel it's not for them. But don't hit pause or switch off just yet, because it is you can go with this, and this is why I've chosen it this week, is because you can be really lo-fi and do it really easily, or you can go really delve yourself into it and do some really top-notch, sophisticated and classy looking time lapses. You can go. The key thing is to have fun with it, and you can have lots of fun with time-lapse photography. And you know, even on your phones, in most camera modes, you can just turn your camera on, and at the bottom you can swipe through, and there's usually a time-lapse mode on there as well for you. So in the settings of your camera phone, you can even do time lapses from there. So it really is simple these days. And I just wanted to share one of the projects that I did about 8 years ago. I had a residency in Trinity Church in Leeds, next to the Trinity Centre, and what I did for the residency, I made 22 different walks through the city, and I documented and photographed them and then represented them in different ways. And so one of the ways that I did it was I would go out on a walk through Leeds and literally just take pictures. So take a picture, take a picture, take a picture, take a picture as I went through. And then I would get back those images and I printed them all out in order, cut them up, and then bolted them together in a little flip book. So you would see, and it was a bit of an abstract photography project, so you get the motion blur as you go through it. But as you flick through that flip book, you see the view of the walker as they walk on their journey through the city. And you know, this is really lo-fi stuff. You know, it's literally just printed from an old printer onto slightly thicker paper, and then you've got this kind of time lapse as a 3D flip book. So you can be as lo-fi as that. You don't even need to do the printing. You could just do this flicking through. You could go out for your walk, your daily walk, or walking the dog or whatever, take these photos as you go on the walk, and then you can just view them on your TV and just flick through them, and you'll have exactly the same effect, or on your iPad, tablet, phone or whatever. So that's a really great starting point for time-lapse, just taking a sequence of images as you go for a walk and then flicking through them. And the other things you can do is, so if you've got a garden, something like a garden, you can have your family out in the garden, all in a position, take a picture, then get them to move position, take a picture, move position, take a picture again, and you can play with the positioning of people as they change, and you can switch them up. You can do the same with Lego figures and things like that. It can be quite fun, just changing everything around. Now, if you want to create more sophisticated time lapses, if you put your camera on a tripod and take those pictures, you're going to have a much more classy looking time lapse, because when the camera's on a tripod, the environment stays stable and still, and only the things that are moving in the environment will change, and that can create a more impressive, more classy looking animation. So you can do things like this with, so you can go with stars going over your house, something like that, so the movement of the stars as they go over your house, and the clouds passing through a window, things like that. There's lots of options, and you don't have to go outside either. You can bring the outside in. You can, or I've already said, you can play with those Lego figures or toys, things like that. I used to, when I was at college, I did a transformer. Actually, I had a transformer, and you just photograph that at different stages of the transformation. But you could bring in a flower and photograph it as it opened up in the morning. You could even go even longer and just do a seed, and as that seed grew up into a plant, you could put your camera in a corner somewhere and just photograph it every day and photograph the development of that. So that's an option too for you as well. So there really is lots of different ways you can take it. The idea is to have fun with it and absorb yourself in it. So you can see that as you're flicking through. If you want to go a little bit further and start doing some more sophisticated ones, there's loads of applications you can use. Adobe Premiere, you can do them with. There's loads of online tutorials as well. So, you know, I'm not sharing with you exactly how to do it. It's more about offering you the idea and letting you guys take it as far as you want and sort of feed your imaginations and your ideas from it. So hopefully that's something that's whetted your appetite for doing something with a camera. It's a mixed bag of weather this week, so you can do the stuff indoors, bring a plant indoors, play with toys, or you know, even a bookshelf, just changing the different books on a bookshelf, you can play with that. So hopefully there's some ideas and you'll have your own ideas which will be even better. And I'd love to see your time-lapse videos and animations that you've created, so feel free to share them, upload them to YouTube and send me the link or whatever. So I hope that's inspired you for another week ahead, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.